Boom, peace intro. What's up, guys? Excuse me. Excuse me again. There's that Impala, guys. Look at that beauty. Got the headlights on her. Like I said, look at that paint job. Look at them tail lights. Ooh wee, man, perfect on that Impala. Those work perfect on that car. It's the only 61 Impala I have, guys. I wanted to do more. These are perfect to do up and give away to, some of us older guys that like something just kind of nice and plain, sort of plain. Again, this one's going to somebody. He doesn't know it's coming, but pretty sweet. And look at that paint job. That's Testors Extreme Lacquer. And like I said, I rattle can. I don't see how anybody's going to compare to that. I mean, with your airbrush. I know there's a lot of you guys are super good with that airbrush, but I mean, look at that. Look at that flawless clear. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to say that I suck at airbrush, I think. And a lot of paint jobs I've seen from people doing airbrush suck. I'm not trying to be shitty. I'm just trying to be real. When you compare it to that, but then again, a lot of you guys are pros. You do really good on airbrushing. And I guess that's what it takes is practice. But I'm never going to go through all that trouble when I did this in no time. I mean, look at that. Within an hour of spraying that extreme lacquer, I was able to mask it off and shoot that silver. And it didn't mess up my paint. Didn't peel it off or nothing. And then up to not even an hour later, I pulled the tape off and waited another 20 minutes and shot the clear on it. Trying to get it to focus on them lights. See how you can see the trim ring around them? 61 Impala is perfect for that. And yeah, look at that. Painted nice chrome, nice silver around it. And like I said, there's supposed to be green right in the middle of that. I probably could have done it, but I didn't. It's very small. Done the interior with seat belts. I put a shifter. Got dash. See if it'll focus in there. No, it wants to stay on the car. Had to, like I said, lowered it an eighth. You can see it. Had to grind out the top of inside there with my carbide to get the wheels not to. This thing rolls like a dream. And I could have went a little lower. I just would have had to grind more, but that looks perfect to me. Like I said, it's going to somebody. Headlights on the front worked perfect as well. See them? Look at that. And like I said, sometimes I just like keeping them simple like that. Route 66, there's a tip. California. Yes, it's going to somebody in California. There gives you a clue. But yeah, look at that. Now I do have another 61 Impala, but it's the premium red one from the Fast and the Furious hanging on my wall. That's the only one I have. This was out of the it was the purple one from the damn it. It was a 10 car set, American Muscle or something. I forget what it was called. But it was the purple one out of that, and I only had one. But yeah, this is a perfect car for putting, lensed lights on. It's perfect. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Isn't that? And I'm not trying to be shitty about the airbrush. I'm just talking about, I look at that. I mean, it's hard to compete, do that with, you can do that with an airbrush. Take you 7 hours to get the fucking paint on there. I sprayed that in 3 seconds. And then I don't have a shitload of cleanup. But again, like I've said before, don't get me wrong, airbrush is for finesse. Airbrush is super cool when you're doing like really nice detail work and stuff. You can't do that with rattle can. Definitely need an airbrush for that. And again, there's a lot of you guys that are super good at it. So, and there's some of you just starting. Jake's just starting, and he's doing some pretty good. Jake at Strictly Diecast, he's doing some pretty good airbrush work. And Derek, Honest Diecast, I believe he's changing over to airbrush. So of course I'm sure he'll do some pretty good work. But to me, it's just too much work. I'm not going to do airbrush. I'm just not going to do it. I mean, look at that. That's just gnarly. I just love it. It's another one of those I spit out because I was angry messing with those Mustangs. Like I told you in my other video, they kept giving me trouble. So I started playing with this. I've been wanting to make it for the guy for a while. And I just started messing with the wheels. And it's like, damn it, I'm going to have to lower that. So I started lowering it. And before you know it, I had it done. And now I can get it sent to him. And he doesn't even know. He doesn't know anything about it. That's the way I like to do it. Otherwise, if I'd have said something, it'd never happen. But anyway, I wish I had more of them because they're a perfect car to do. There's so many different colors you can pick and all. But my point, I wanted to just keep it basic like that. I didn't want to put a bunch of decals or anything like that. So anyway, I hope he likes it. And I think it looks super smooth. And again, it comes in a case. I put my normal case on it. So he'll get it in the case with the background. Just like that. If you take up my space, I break your face. Right on. Put that to the side. Now, first thing we'll look at is that truck from Mr. Spahar. Look at that. Can't believe he sent me that thing. God, what a beauty. Definitely going to go. It's one of the favorites that I missed out on. And then he was like, I got one of those I'm going to send to you. I was like, what? Like I said, the generosity of some of these people is unbelievable. Look at that. Just beautiful, man. My God, that's going up. He's like, that'll look perfect in your diorama, this diorama you're looking at now. But I was like, man, that's going in my display case, buddy. That's not going in my diorama. But look at that, man. Oh, God. So glad to have that. Thanks so much, man. That's unbelievable. And let me move it. Got some more from Mr. Spahar. This is that pop race. Look at that baby. Dang, I don't know what the heck that noise was. You hear that? Sounds like my turntable. That's that GTR R32. It's from the, let's see if we can read this if I put it up in front of here. Whoops. Here I'm shaking all around. Oh yeah, look at that baby. Nice. Let me back up so I can bring it in a little closer. Paint still all over my nails. Yeah, I'm telling you, at least 8 times. At least 8 times I had to strip those parts. It's like fuel cells in the back or something. It's awesome. Definitely don't see that one around. Definitely going in my case. Then we got this little NO64. Beauty. Little hook in the front. That is nice. Something on that fender? Yeah. Came off. There was a black speck on that quarter panel in the back. Well, I just love this camera. Wish my tablet had a good camera like that. Whenever I upgrade it, by now it probably does. The new tablets probably, I mean, they're obsolete 30 days after you buy them, it seems like. Got another speck on there. Yeah. Even got lug nuts in there. Look at that. Even got the lug nuts. You can't hardly even see them with the naked eye. Or I should say, I can't. Wow, super nice, man. Again, thanks for that too, Mr. Spayhar. Those are unbelievable. And I don't know, I'll try to show these others. They may show up a little better. The Australian Diecast Expo, I'll try to hold it up there. It was the Holden Calais from the Australian Diecast Expo 2024. But excellent, excellent details. This is the plain classy one that Mama would drive. And then this is the one that Papa would drive. The blown. Calais. If I'm saying it right. That's what we always called them, but it was Oldsmobile Calais, if I recall. I've seen them back in, I want to say, late 80s, early 90s when I had a detail shop. Done a lot of them. But yeah, them details are just, And I've never seen this brand before. Like I said, I'm thinking Holden. It says Holden, officially licensed product. I don't know. $14.65 of 3,000. And like I said, Eddie P. Bullshit. And this one was 360. 360 of 3,000. So there we go, guys. Unbelievable, Mr. Spahar. Appreciate that big time. While I'm here, I'm gonna try to take my camera off and show you. Whoops, what I was talking about with my diorama. What it did. I cut the paper. You can kind of see the ripple there. Well, it's blending in pretty good, but you can kind of see where I cut it right there. See the line? It was because it was trying to rip. There you go. You can kind of see where it was rippling up. Same thing right there. And again, it's because, you know, the wood contracted, which caused it to lift up the paper. And so all I got to do is move all my stuff, peel that paper off, and I could have painted it black like I did my table, but what I hate about that is believe it or not, you can think it's cool, but when you set your wheels on there, they stick. When you pull it up, the paint comes off. It's really crazy. It's something about the rubber in the wheels that does that. And Eddie P says something about put grass down. Yeah, I put grass down in my diorama the way you're talking about, but believe it or not, set your wheels on there and it sticks to that too. And but I don't want grass all over here. You see, I got grass in the back, which those are pieces of paper, and they didn't buckle up because they're grass on paper, but it's thicker. And I limited. I put, you know, only a couple spots to hold it down. And that's what I was saying. If I'd have done the same thing with this paper, then the wood would have been able to fluctuate underneath of it. But the problem is this grass is on thicker paper, so it's kind of stiff. This is like paper, super thin, so it would have never just laid down, if you can understand what I'm saying. So I would have had to put it on some thicker pieces of paper for it to stay flat. So yeah, all that's going to happen is, if anything, I'll see what happens in, like it's already laying back down, you can hardly see it. You can't hardly even see that. It was bubble, it was up. I cut it and let it lap on top of itself. Same thing I did here. I cut it and let it lap on top of itself. And because it was bubbled up real high. This guy was being knocked over. It was real high. And so I'll wait till summer comes, and then if it lays down, I may just leave it. If not, I'm going to peel it all up and do it completely different. But yeah, that's what happened. Other than that, diorama. Hold on a minute, guys. Sorry. Got to turn off this turntable real quick. Put the trunk track. I haven't moved that yet. So that's a nice truck. Old Man Diecast. He's another one that does airbrush. That's airbrushed. But again, he's one of the pros, you know. He's one of the guys been doing that a long time. But even he'll tell you it's a lot of damn work. There's a lot of shit you got to know doing airbrush. You don't have to know shit, shake up a fucking can and spray it on a car. All you got to know is how to make it look good when you do that. Airbrush, it's just way too much. Way too, I don't know. I'm good. Whoops, sorry, need to back up. But yeah, that's all that's really happened. There is a little spot. This is reflection. There's a little buckle right there. And then right by my ladder, there's one going right there by the ladder, but you can't really see it. So I'll leave it. And it's not causing any problems. And on my back wall, you can see where it did it right there. And right there. but it's because I glued it and it's contracting. So the bad part is, it's a good thing that there wasn't a whole lot of glue and there was spots for that to give. Otherwise, it'd just crunch it and destroy it. Where now I have the option of, in the summer when it warms back up, that'll spread back out. But if it don't, I either got to leave that or I got to peel it back off. And if I replace it, I got to take all this shit out to be able to get to it. And but what I'll do next time is I'll glue it to a 16th inch thick piece of it's like cardboard. It's like the board you'd see on the back of a tablet. When you finish using all the paper on the tablet, it's got that board on the back of it. I'll glue it to that, and then I'll put that against the back. That won't change. It'll stay that way, and I should have done that in the first place, but I honestly didn't expect the wood to move that much. But it did. And but I don't want to do that unless I absolutely have to. So, but it sucks. I don't like seeing that big ridge there, and I was able to cut this and it kind of hides, but I can't just cut that because that's going to look like shit, and I don't want to push it down because it'll try to wrinkle. It'll try to wrinkle or fold on top of itself, and then the picture's shot. So it really sucks, you know, but I should have known. I just really didn't expect it to do that. But again, this is mounted on my wall, my exterior wall, so any cold from outside is transferring through the wall, and it gets cold as hell here. So it's shrunk, but again, we'll see what happens when summer comes. Maybe it'll go up and be all right, but if not, I'll probably have to fix it because I don't know. I don't know what it is, but that'll just annoy me. That'll drive me crazy seeing that wrinkle there. Screws up my whole diorama. So I'll end up having to take all this shit back out just so I can peel that picture off. And if I don't destroy it, glue it to a piece of wood. But if I destroy it, I'll have to order another one and put it up there. But I just noticed down below the water has a ripple in it, but it looks okay. It looks okay with the ripple in the water. But see, that's where it's coming. It's contracting together, and the paper ain't, so it's going to bubble off. It really sucks. And it really sucks because I knew better. I just didn't really expect it to do it that bad. And, but you know, oh well, live and learn. But she still looks good. Still a good looking diorama. Not bad, not bad. So anyway, guys, I'll let you guys go and get that other video loaded, and I'll load this one up Sunday morning. And let me get back to work on these cars. Peace. Outro.